This video is from someone who wanted me to speak about how no matter how much they try to include others in their life to help them as well, it's just not received in a positive way. And if you also have any video you want me to make regarding any subject, you let me know in the comment section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's dive into the subject. And that is, some people are just committed to misunderstanding you no matter what. Please let that sink in. No matter what you say, how you say it, no matter what you do or how you do it, even with the best of intentions, and they know you have the best of intentions, if they are committed to misunderstanding you, it just doesn't matter. Now, that is not the problem, because people won't always agree with you, just like you won't always agree with people. What becomes a problem is, and it's not your fault because you're human, but what becomes a problem is if you let that control you moving forward. And I'm not saying it's easy, because what if you're in an environment? It could be a family situation, it could be a professional environment, it could be even casually shopping, you know? Sometimes some people are just committed to misunderstanding you, and it is just what it is. It is just what it is. And you have to know that the problem isn't what they're doing, but it's letting that dictate how you feel. And again, it's not easy because you are human. You just have to know that if you keep on letting how they perceive you to dictate how you're going to behave, you're never going to be your true self. And you should feel comfortable, right? Especially if you know you're not doing anything to hurt them, you should feel comfortable in being yourself. See, it's one thing if you're being horrible or disrespectful to them. It's another thing if you're just trying to communicate to them or with them that you want to help them, and they're just not receiving what you are saying. They're not even telling you no politely, but they are going out of their way to misunderstand you. Feel confident, feel comfortable knowing that you have done your best. That is really all you can do, your best. Not everybody's going to appreciate you. Not everybody's going to understand you. Not everyone is even going to care. Yes, not everyone is going to care. You can save millions and billions of people. People have an entitlement. They are entitled not to care. That's the thing. And that's not to say you're wrong for saving people. That is not to say you're wrong for improving your life, improving yourself. Understand, people have a right not to care. When you don't have any expectations of them to appreciate what you've done and what you're trying to do for them, when you let go of that expectation, you can't be disappointed anymore. And you know what? This is a good sign that you are a decent person, because you want to help people rise up to the level where you are happy and you are comfortable in life. You want to help them. That is a positive thing. You should be proud of yourself that you are a decent human being and you are just trying to help people around you to move up to your level. And again, they have a right, and they are entitled to just not care. Even if they're not hating on you, even if they're not trying to put you down, they have a right to not care. And that's not to say you are wrong for wanting to improve them. Just know that people, they will exercise that human right to just not care. They will exercise it. And you just have to make peace with that. And there will be some people, they're negative. They are negative people. And they will also exercise the right not to care. But you know deep down, it's not that they don't care. It's that they just don't want you to feel proud of your achievement. They just don't want to celebrate you. They don't want you to feel good about yourself. So keep that in mind. In what the subscriber said as well, or the commenter, in what they were saying that they wanted me to speak about. See, they realized that what they think about, what they do, is for them and themselves alone. You see, that's important. That is important. It's a good level of self-awareness to understand that your achievements, right? See, okay, so let's start from the beginning, right? You wanted to help people. You wanted to encourage them, right? But they are just not receiving it. They're not listening to you. Fine. No problem with that. What's really good is understanding that your achievements, your success or successes, they are yours. They are literally yours and yours alone. Understanding that your achievements or the things you've done in your life are yours alone is a very good step, because now you are beginning to understand you don't have to impress anyone. You don't have to impress anyone, because whatever you say or you do is for you and you alone. That is quite freeing. You feel liberated. You're going to feel free and more relaxed, because you know whatever you do for your life, whatever you speak into your life, whatever you think about your life, is all going to be for you and you alone. So you're not trying to impress anyone. You're going to feel lighter to take more actions in the future to keep improving your life. You have to understand, as much as, sure, you can help people, you can encourage them, bring them on board, you have to know that your journey should not start and stop based on whether people receive your message or not. Your journey does not start and stop based on whether people approve of your message, whether they encourage you to keep going on. Be careful as well of trying so much to get other people to believe in your vision. I'm saying that because if you are using so much of your time and your energy to get other people to believe in your mission, you're gonna naturally just want some sort of result. And the more you put in, the more result you're gonna want back, right? And if they continue to not understand you, guess what? You're gonna keep chasing. And whatever you chase keeps running from you. Try not to put so much energy into people that don't matter, because yeah, if they don't understand you, guess what? If they don't understand you and you are actually going for something, then they don't matter. They don't matter. Why are you spending energy? Why are you putting so much effort into people that don't matter? They are literally not receiving what you're trying to say. And you've got a mission, right? You're busy doing that. So please put your energy into that mission. Put your energy there. Because the more you put energy into something, the more you're going to want some sort of return of your investment. You're going to want a return on the investment. You're going to want an ROI. And if you don't get it, you're going to keep going, which means you keep wasting more time. And what message are you sending to those people when they are not receiving what you're saying? And you're getting no return on your investment of your time? What message are you sending them? You are saying to them it's okay for them to be the way they are. And guess what? They're going to keep going. So you're going to keep chasing after them to understand you and believe in you and invest in you and understand your success, right? And they're going to keep rejecting you. Now it becomes a loop. Nobody, well, you especially, you're not going to win because you're wasting your energy. They'll probably feel happy and satisfied that they get to tell you no all the time. And you are just going to be depleted of your energy that you could have spent elsewhere. If you know that you are not trying to make anyone feel less than you, if you know that deep down, and you're just trying to help, right? You're not trying to make anyone feel less than you, feel inadequate, feel like they are beneath you. If you are not trying to do that, you need to be at peace that you are clean, you're innocent, you got nothing to worry about. Because what happens is, the more you keep feeling bad that maybe they think you're trying to put yourself above them and them beneath you, the more you keep thinking like that, the less you're gonna feel free in your life. You're not gonna feel good. If you are around these people and you know you haven't even said anything yet, like maybe you haven't even had a conversation about anything for them to feel beneath you, you haven't spoken to them in a certain way, but yet they still speak with you as if you're trying to put them beneath you, then you know those people are supremely negative. They are just super negative. They are negative to the max, because you know you have not said or done anything to put them beneath you, or to communicate to them that you think you're better than them or you think you're above them. And if you still get that message from them, you know those people are just envious of you, because no matter what you say, no matter what you do, guess what? They're always going to turn it into you think you're better than them. So if you know deep down in your heart you have said nothing, you have done nothing, you have not communicated or behaved towards them, that they are beneath you, and yet you still feel like that because of the way they behave towards you or the things they say to you, you know you are literally around people who do not want to go anywhere in life. If you are genuinely making people feel less than, right? And let's say you're not even doing it on purpose. If you are genuinely, if you believe that you are actually, you're making them feel beneath you, right? You believe you're making them feel beneath you, but you're not doing it on purpose, right? That's fine. That's fine. But ask yourself this. Are you saying that because you believe it, or are you saying it because a lot of people that you're around who are not improving their lives like you, they have convinced you that there is something wrong with you? So do you really believe you are making them feel beneath you? Or are you believing that because they've convinced you that, yeah, you're talking down to them, you're behaving like they are beneath you? Because that is a very important question. Let me ask you another way. If there was more people like you around, so let's say that you're in a group, right? Probably in your family or your friend group. They might think you're saying they are beneath you, right? Or that you think you're better than them. Meaning you are probably the only one improving your life. If there was more of you in that group, whatever environment that is, would you still feel like that? If the answer is no, well then guess what? You only feel like this because there's more of those people than you. Let me tell you that again. The way you feel now, that they think you're talking down to them. If you wouldn't even care about that, if there's more of people like you in the group, then most likely the only reason you believe that is because they are convincing you. Because if there's more people like you, you probably won't even be focused on who am I talking down to, because or if they feel like I'm talking down to them. You won't feel like that because you're all on the same level, or you're all, some people might be a little higher. But if you are in a group where you are the only one that is actually improving his life or her life, then guess what? Because there's only one of you, it's going to be so easy for you to believe what they are saying. Think about that. And I would even say the reason why one person in a group improves, but it's difficult for the rest to improve, is because there's more of the rest who are mediocre. Let's just call it what it is. There's more of people, right, who are going to be average than the successful ones. Because not everyone is going to be successful, whether that's because they want to be successful and they're successful and they don't want to be successful, or whether that's because circumstances, situations. The fact is, not everyone is going to be at the top. There's going to be some people in the middle and some people at the bottom. That's just what it is. No matter how successful you are, if you are the only successful person in your group, guess what? They're going to have a bigger voice than you because there's more of them. They can say nothing. They can be meaningless in their words. Their words can have no value, but there's a lot of them speaking. So they're going to keep convincing each other that they make sense. But because there's one of you, guess what? You're going to definitely, like almost 100% of the time, you're going to feel like there's something wrong with the way you are. Ask yourself this very important question. In that group or around, or the people you're around, right, who you are saying that they are thinking you are talking down to them, ask yourself this question. Would they really, really say that if they were all on your level in terms of improving your life, in terms of the passion and the hunger to just keep achieving better things? If they were on your level like that, would they say that? Or make you think you say you're better than them, or you think you're better than them? Another thing you should do is this. Ask yourself this very important question, right? You are focused, because again, I believe you're a decent person to be focused on this. You are focused on, how do I make him feel? Am I making him feeling bad? Am I making them feel bad or feel low? It's normal. You're human. Ask yourself this question. Have they ever, if you tell me what you think, do you think they have ever sat down and thought to themselves, have they made you feel like they are dragging you down? Because you are worried, and a lot of people, you are not the only one. I've been doing that as well. I've been doing that before. Like you can do that. It happens. Okay, sometimes you're just wondering, am I making them feel bad? Am I making them feel low because I'm doing so much and I feel like they're not doing so much, or I think they're not doing so much? And you start to think, are you being like disrespectful or horrible to them, that maybe you're speaking to them in a certain way? These are all perfectly normal things to think about. But have they ever, do you think they have ever in their lives thought to themselves, maybe they are dragging you down and that they need to improve? Because we're often so hard on ourselves. Am I being horrible? Am I being kind? Am I being disrespectful? Am I not being nice enough to this person? Am I not doing enough? But do you think they have ever sat down and thought to themselves, maybe they're dragging you down? Why haven't they done that? Why haven't they done that? See, if you want freedom from giving a shit, I would start there. And you don't always have to, stop giving a shit immediately. No one does. Like, there'll be some things you'll care about in general. But in terms of people like that, if you know deep down in your heart and in your mind, you are doing good and you mean well, right? Just ask yourself this so that you can be free from torturing yourself. Ask yourself, have they ever sat down and thought, are they dragging you down? And what can they do to improve the way they communicate and relate with you? If you don't think they have ever given effort or given a shit about how you feel, or if they're dragging you down as a person, then respectfully, why the fuck do you give a shit about how they think you are being? Especially when you know you're just trying to help them improve in life. So, I could just easily say, find a new group of people who are thinking like you and who want to succeed like you, and who are not going to be insecure or intimidated by you or feel offended by you. I could easily say that, and that's it. Done. Video over. Cool. But let's not do that. Let's dive deep into this, right? It's going to take a while, and I would suggest watch my other videos. But it will take a while for you to stop giving a shit, because it seems to me, right, like you don't want to offend a group, right? Whether you want to be in that group or you're already in that group, you don't offend a group. And this is the thing, right? See, I bet you're doing well in your life and you're improving yourself and you feel satisfied and good. You feel like you're doing something great, and you probably are. Like, you are doing something that maybe a year ago you weren't doing, right? And now you're doing well, which is, I'm happy for you. Now, the thing with improvement, self-improvement, is this: nobody really prepares you. See, because we're so busy trying to be successful, right? We're so busy trying to do the best we can. We're trying to be better than we were yesterday. But nobody ever truly prepares you for the bullshit from people that comes along the way. Let me say that again. Nobody really prepares you for the bullshit that comes along the way from people. See, think of it like this. You are out there, right? Slaying the dragon, you know, going into the cave, killing the lion, you know. Now you're doing well, you're doing better than you were. You know, it could even just be thinking. See, it doesn't have to be material things. It could just be in your thinking. You are so strong now mentally. Like it could just be your thinking. It could be the way you see life. You could just be awake and more conscious of things than most people now, right? Or especially the people around you. See, now you've done that. You've upgraded. Fantastic. Like, that's amazing. But you know what we never really prepare for? Because I've been guilty of this too. We never really prepare for what comes with that, because we think we've done well, we've improved, happy days, perfect scenario, perfect situation, perfect life. We never actually prepare for the problems that come along with that, because it's not over really. Sure, you've improved, but it's not really over, because now you got people that you got to deal with, right? We put so much energy into achieving great things, better things than we did a year ago, 2 years ago. We're in a better situation now, but we never truly along that journey of achievement and success, and that could be in the mind, that could be in your life. Along that journey, we never actually get ready for the envious people, the haters, the difficult people, the ones who want to sabotage us. We never truly get ready for them. And it's not really our fault, because we just want to be successful. We want to be successful. We want to improve our lives. We want to do so well. So we put so much energy into that. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you want to do well, you got to put all your energy into doing well. You don't want to focus on other people. It's just that we need to prepare our minds for, not to the point where it stops you from wanting to achieve, but you want to prepare your mind to know that once you achieve something, or you're achieving good things and you keep achieving good things, there's going to be those people around the corner kissing their teeth, rolling their eyes, giving you that side eye, that bombastic side eye, just talking behind your back, gossiping behind your back while you're still in the room. We never truly prepare for that. And again, it's not your fault, but now you know. And that's not to say don't achieve what you want to achieve so that you don't piss people off. Understand, you being alive is pissing someone off. And that's okay. You breathing is pissing someone off. You walk in a certain way is pissing someone off. And it doesn't even have anything to do with you. People are people. They're going to be how they're going to be. It's okay to watch your words. It's okay to watch your actions because you don't want to offend other people. It's okay. Fair enough. When it comes to the point of, or when it gets to the point where you are not being yourself, because we all gonna not be 100% saying everything we feel or do everything we feel, because we still live in a civilized society, right? The issue becomes when you know what you want to say, what you want to do is not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. But you know as well that it's going to offend the people around you. What you're saying, what you're doing, is something they would even do if they cared enough to maybe want to improve, or they cared enough to want to hear some information. Like, it's the kind of thing they would say, it's the kind of thing they would do, but they just don't want to do it. But when you do it, it's a problem. You see, that's when you got to know that it's about them, and you really do have to stay away from them. Like, get the fuck away from them. Get the fuck away from them. Because if it's something they would say or they would do, but it just so happens that maybe that week, that month, or maybe that period in their life, they're just not thinking like that, they're just not speaking like that, they're just not doing things like that. But in that season, in that period of time, you happen to be speaking a certain way, you happen to be doing something a certain way, and now it's a problem. You gotta know that you shouldn't be around those people, because they're the kind of people who, it's okay when they do it, but it's not okay when you do it. It's good to keep that in mind. It's okay as well to want to have a peaceful environment. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a peaceful environment. Now, if you can't be yourself, now I'm not saying go do the most craziest thing ever. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you can't be yourself and you know you're not doing anything wrong, you're not saying anything wrong, but you can't be yourself because you are so worried about making the environment, awkward and things like that, then those people are not for you, because you're doing nothing wrong, you're saying nothing wrong. Those people are not for you. They're really not for you. And you need to be more careful, especially when you know that maybe when they're together, they say certain things, they do certain things, and you are just having a little input. You're just saying something, not a big deal. And they stress about that, and you become like a black sheep, like an outcast. Well, guess what? They're the problem, not you. And you should not be around them. You shouldn't be around them. Because that means it's a double standard. It's okay when they do it, but it's not okay when you do it. Stay the fuck away from those people, because you will lose yourself. You will lose yourself trying to please them. And you know what's fucked up about this? You've done the hard work to improve your life. They're not even making effort. Please tell me, why, and I mean this respectfully, why the fuck would you let people who are not even making effort to better their lives dictate and tell you how the fuck you should live your life when you are literally doing nothing wrong? You can understand that you are different, okay, from people. It's okay to understand that. And it's perfectly normal to want to find a common ground. Now, I want you to listen very closely, because I've fallen victim to this before as well, and that is, please, 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 please do not sacrifice your mental health because you're trying to find common ground. Don't do that. Like I asked earlier, are they making effort to find common ground with you? If the answer is no, you can try, but don't stress your life. Please do not fuck up your mental health because you're trying to find common ground. Some people, it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Doesn't matter what you say, what you do, what sacrifices you make, what sacrifices you want to make, your intentions. It doesn't fucking matter. It's just not gonna work. It just won't work. Try your best, fine. It just won't work. Have they made effort? What have they done in the last 10 days to make sure they get along with you? What efforts have they put in? What have they done? What energy? What energy have they put into the relationship? What have they done? What have they done? Because what happens is you care so much, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to have a limit to how much you care when you are getting nothing back. You're getting nothing back. It takes a lot of people to make things work, not just one person. It takes a lot of people to make things work. If you've tried hard, it's okay to not have a common ground and just go about your business. It's okay. It might not be easy to do that, but you do need to do that eventually. It's okay. There doesn't always have to be common ground. Sometimes you can agree to disagree, And that's okay. That could be the common ground. We agree that we disagree with each other. Fine. It's not a movie where there has to be, oh, we have the same interest in this area, even though we disagree on so many things. No. It's okay. Like, don't fall into that trap of society. Like, you need to have this many people in your life. If you do that, if you have that, that's great. Go ahead, enjoy them, give your best to them as well. But if that's not the case, that's okay. That's fine. You don't need to see. Before a lot of like, I've been like, I've fallen prey to this as well. Like, we want to like meet this ideal of this is what society says, to the point where we end up being victims to things. Society said you gotta have this many people in your life. You gotta get along with these types of people. You gotta get along with certain types of people in certain situations. Maybe it's in your family or in your friend group, or maybe in a professional, wherever it is. It's like you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. But what if it's literally messing up your mental health and you are just stressed out, you're anxious, you're not comfortable, you can't sleep, you can't think straight? It's affecting your life because you're caring so much and giving so much energy and you're getting nothing back. And I am willing to bet the problem isn't even that they are not understanding you. The problem, or majority of the problem, is probably the fact that you are doing so much but you're getting nothing back. That's demoralizing. That's demoralizing. That actually just puts you down. That makes you feel low. Because it's not about you're trying something and you're failing. Because you understand we all fail. That's not the problem. The problem is that you're putting so much, but they're not even making effort. That's when there's a problem. They're not even making effort. And I bet that's what's hurting you, because you are giving so much and they don't even give a shit to try. They don't even give a shit to try. And I also believe that's what's making you have a lot of resentment, because mistakes happen, failures happen. But when the other party or the other people, when they are not trying or making effort to make things right with you, that's when we often feel so miserable, because you're putting so much effort but you're getting nothing back. The problem isn't failure, because person A speaks to person B, it doesn't go well, but at least A and B, they tried to communicate. But if person A speaks and person B just acts like they don't even exist, see, now that's a whole other issue. It's one thing to speak and communicate and not get along and not have a solution. That's fine. It's another thing to try and communicate with the other person or the other party or people, and there is no reciprocation. There is nothing going on. It's like you're talking to a blank wall, and that's just fucked up. And I bet if they spoke with you, you wouldn't have so much resentment, because you would know they're making effort. Even if you disagree at the end of it all, you wouldn't feel too bad. You wouldn't feel too bad. Because you're human. You don't have to always agree. You don't have to always get along. It's when you try and you put so much effort, but you get nothing back, that's when you feel the lowest. And also, please know this, right? And understand it, yeah? And that is, you don't always have to fit people's puzzle, okay? You don't always have to fit their puzzle. Tell you how about this? Be, or continue to be, doing what you're doing. Be the type of person that people want to fit your puzzle. You know what I'm saying? So that people want to be in your life. Forget about being in their lives. You've tried hard, right? You've made effort. It's not been received well. Maybe you'll be received better by other people. And you know what? You can fail and fail and fail, and that's fine. You don't always have to fit everywhere. That's okay. Create your own life in such a way that other people want to join as well. It doesn't mean you don't live an authentic life and you only live a life that people want to be in. No, what I'm saying is you keep living your life long enough, the best way you can, you will find one or two people. They will find you. They will find you. And you know, even if that doesn't happen, who cares? You're busy living your amazing, awesome life anyway. Yeah. You're gonna be fine. It does get better. Like, very shit. But it does get better. Even if it's by a little bit. It does start to get better. And that's with understanding. And I'll leave you with this, okay? Rejection is not the problem. Failure is not the problem. What becomes the problem is we put so much energy into something and we get nothing back. It's when you get nothing back, you receive no result, no acknowledgement that you are a human being who is putting so much effort into something. And again, that's when you have to now realize that not everything and not everyone is worth your energy. If you stop, listen, even if you know that they don't like you, even if you know they don't give a shit about you and they just don't care about you, they don't like you, and they're not gonna make effort with you, if you stop putting energy into them, you're gonna feel better. You know why? Because you know you are not disrespecting yourself, putting energy into something or people that they don't give a shit about you. Let me know how what I've said has impacted you, if it's helped you, or if you have a different perspective to the things I've said. Let me know in the comment section what other subjects you want me to speak about. If you agree or disagree with the things I've said, let me know. Stay tuned for more videos.